Just gonna double check that the stream is working. What the heck is this? Here we go. Okay. Are we live? Hmm. Alright, I'll just get my paint ready, just in case it's working. There you go. Oh. Sometimes it's weird when you don't know it's working. Okay. Finishing the tulips. Alright, first and foremost, let's... Jeez, this white is bad. Okay. All I'm trying to do is make some of these brown colors in the background. So that I can finish the shadows in the background. Alright. Now that I know it's working, let me get my reference photo. Here we go. Finishing the tulips. There. So I think I'm just gonna go down from here. I don't know, I kind of like that top part. All I'm trying to do is match the values. I can always fix the color. Kind of confusing at first, but you'll figure it out. Color is not that scary. Alright. All I'm doing is cleaning up edges as I go so that I can focus on the flowers. fast as possible. It's just the point I want to get to where I'm painting the red. Alright. Let's get this done. I just put a bunch of matte medium in my mix so that I can get it to last a lot longer than it would have just as a pile of paint. Matte medium is basically clear acrylic. So it kind of tones the color down, the hue, but the fact that it makes it more clear, you can kind of be bolder with your strokes if you want. Okay, really liking the color of that. And I think there is... Yeah, that's the color. Or at least that's the value. There's so many things that people say in art that all mean the same thing, kind of. It's weird. But once you can speak their language, they can't. Then it's easier. It's easier to rebel against it, too, once you know how they paint. I'm like making all these pretty flowers and having fun, but I'm like excited to get back to some weird stuff after this already, you know? But I'm in it. I want to see what all these flowers turn out like. Cool. Kind of really wanted to get that plant in there. So I'm hinting at it just a little bit. Just some of the shapes and stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes if you just get a little bit of the leaf structure in there, it looks good enough. For me, at least. All right. This is good. This is good. What else? Yeah, I think I should run this lighter color closer to the shadow to bring it out more. Check this out. I'm just pushing my brush back and forth so the edge isn't perfect. Okay. Oh, yeah. That is feeling a lot more like the picture. I like it. I like it. Okay. Let's continue so we can get to the, wow, did you see that? Let's continue so we can get to the flowers. And my dog's up. Yeah. Good morning, dog. Please don't bark. I'm just hinting at this being dirt. I'm not really trying too hard. I'm going to take a dry brush and just take the edges off of that. It's really wet, but if I counter swoosh, if I counter smoosh it, it won't have that hard edge. See that? Okay, so back to the background. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to watch the replay of that. Okay, so lots of stuff floating around. The heater's right above this table, so when it comes on, it shoots dust onto the paintings. Yeah. But I can't paint with cold hands. That's the truth. So, just getting some ideas of dirt being in here. I am not really caring too much. And, this is light down here. Just, I'm not really worried about copying exactly what I see here in the picture. I'm not looking at it that much. I'm just getting an idea that there's dirt, stuff going on. I got a couple of my little slash marks in there. Did some basket weaving. Makes me happy to do that. And now I'm going to just try to get a couple more. No, I'm not actually. What I really want to do is just jump right to the flowers, you know? I was really hoping to finish the flowers this morning. So, as they say, let's go. Let's put this down for a minute. And let's move on to the red. Fixing the red. It's not better. It's not worse. It's just fixing. Okay. So last time the red was there, but it just wasn't dark enough. So I think I'm going to add some of this brown. I wish I had like 10 palette knives to just use. Why is my light doing that? Oh, okay. Anyway, so what I'm doing is adding a tiny bit of brown to this darker red. Just barely. And it might be too much, but I'm going to go for it because I just need to like tone the red. It's the right color, but it's not the right, I don't know, density. So I'm just barely putting some brown in there. I don't want it to change the color too much, but I want it to jump down a shade. we go. And now it's just so much more slightly darker than this color, the cadmium red. We're on to quinacridone red, which is what this is, mixed with the burnt umber, so that's what that is. And look, it just made it richer, which just pops the edge of that flower right out. It's kind of exciting. Yeah. Okay. So here is me fixing the flowers, making the shadow a little bit more pronounced. Kind of worked right away. Really wish you could see it in the photo, but you kind of can. See, it's darker right there. It's hard to show reds on a camera. I mean, on a phone. Through the internet. So here, you can see it here. It looks so much better. I just had to shade my hue a little bit. Just dropping the book out. Alright. So satisfying to just put a couple more marks in there and have it look so much different. Add more depth. Looks like there's a little dark here. And this filbert makes it easy to follow the edge. A little bit right here. And then after I do the dark part of the flowers, I think I'm gonna do the middle, which is like all these weird specks and stuff. Kind of looks like white and yellow. We'll see. Okay, cool. I still have some of this mix left to do the last flower. Ah. If you don't mind taking the dog with you when you go. Thanks. You're the best. I have my door open here. I'm gonna close it. The dog's out here just doing stuff I don't want to talk about. And making me laugh. Okay, time for more caffeine. Zip fizz. Okay. Wow, just putting those shadows in there really brought it out. Super stoked. Yeah. What else should I do? The little specks inside. So we're talking real pale yellow. And maybe even white. Tiny bit of what looks like. Color is that? Yep, I'm gonna go with that. Little tiny bit of yellow ochre. And this is probably the only time I've used the round brush. I'm gonna use the round brush for this. And I'm just gonna kind of look and see what I see. It's interesting I forgot that in there, but I'll just try to fix it with this. Alright, so I'm just gonna put in some bright colors, and then we can always tone it back. There's like this triangle shaped thing here. Each one has this like triangle shaped thing coming out of the center, so I'm just gonna try to get that in there in case anyone looks at this painting and wants to see a tulip. All right, now just a little bit of this yellow ochre next to it to get it to look like that, I think. Remember, I got this brush from the dollar store. It's working just fine. So, let's look up here. It has like a stem coming off, so we're just gonna do that. There, that filled our thing up. Stem, just gonna hint at it. It does not have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to look like a tulip. Just follow the shapes you see in the painting. Alright, some white. There's already white down here. I'm going to put a bunch of matte medium next to it. So that it's kind of clear. And then I'm just going to get a couple shapes in there and then see how far I am away from just stepping away from it for a minute. Okay. Well, I already noticed something I forgot when I was doing the yellow ochre, so that's cool. I'll fix it. Okay, so now I just need a couple more little hits of this color, and then I'm gonna probably step away from it and just look back and get get a brand new look at it with fresh eyes. I just want to hit this a couple times around here. I'm just getting little color dots in there. I'm not even sure if this is the right color, but I like how it looks. So we're just gonna go with it. Plus, I just like yellow ochre, so whatever. Anyway, boom. Alright, so I got some of the things going on in here. Oh, what? This looks great. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so... Well, it took me off guard here because I was just focused on these little tiny parts. And now I have these like flowers jumping out. What? And putting a lighter color here next to the red really made it pop forward. Same with the shadow. There's some imperfections in here. There's a little part I think I could make darker. I'm gonna just probably, it's like I almost want to step away, but I think it's time to just do some more. So I'm gonna mix this burnt umber. There's like a joke in the art world that it's either raw or burnt. Like they don't know how to cook it. Okay. So I'm gonna mix burnt umber with this medium green. Um, and then maybe even black. Just a tiny bit. I want it really dark. And I just use the tip of my brush. I am so lazy. Here it is. Just wipe it off and keep going. Why use a palette knife when you can just destroy every brush you have? Because this is how I do it. Plus, it's a filbert. It can hold so much paint. Just get it in there. Alright, so I'm just going to do some extreme dark marks. Maybe even inside here. Just a one hit on each one. What would happen if I did that? And I just went... just a little dark mark there. Cool. Cool. Into it. Right here. Right here. So close. I hit the edge. But I can fix it with a wet brush. Fixed. Alright, next. Let's do a dark mark right here. Yeah. So good. So good. Into it. Okay, there was something about the shadow here that was off yesterday, but I think I'm just gonna kind of clean it up and not worry too hard. Kind of clean it up and don't worry too hard. Sounds like my life. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, the super dark marks. Come on, did you see it? It just went boop, and it popped the green forward. And one of my favorite local teachers talks about this. It's called negative painting. When you paint next to something, to push it forward or to push it back. It really works a lot on portraits. Yep, just trying to get these shadows extra dark. So it has more depth. Okay. Again, I did this whole thing with a $4.99 pack of crafting filberts because they're my favorite. And they're cheap. So if I'm gonna just destroy brushes all the time, no matter how much they cost, I'm gonna go cheap on it. I'm gonna go bulk. And then after they get weird, they can be used for other things. When they get real frayed up, you can use them for textures. Or save them in a box for when your kids ask for a brush. Yeah. Okay, this darker is making me so happy. Where else is this darker? Right here by the stem. See if I can get it in there. Come on, do what I say. Please. Yeah. Yeah. This is cool. Like the inside of this has a little dark spot. Okay, what about... Nope, another little dark spot right there. And then... this... See what happened when I touched See what happened when I touch the yellow with the darker, even darker color? It just goes boom. It's so cool what paint does and color does. I resisted it for so long, the color theory stuff, and now it's just what? Now it's just fun. Alright, I'm going to leave out some of the harder shadows out here because I want the flowers to be the star of the show. Okay, now I'm going to go back with this cadmium red, but it's actually so bright in the picture. I was going to mix some UV reactive red into it just a tiny bit so that it just gives it that that vavoom that you need sometimes. So I'm gonna use what? Alright, I'm gonna mix some of this UV reactive red, fluorescent red, Nova color, acrylic with, there we go, cadmium red. Wow. I'm having one of those days where everything's messy. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but everything is like splattering all around me. Alright. I am going to now try to make this ultra bright red. Hopefully it turns out. Worst case scenario, I paint over it. Best case scenario, it's awesome. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Please make it vibrant and bright. I don't think I mixed that enough, but let's try. Yeah, it did it. It did the thing I wanted it to do. I don't even know if you could see it on camera. Oh my gosh. It's so bright. It's like making me so happy. Oh yeah. I really wish reds looked cool on camera. And I wish someone could do all my lighting for me every day. Okay, here we go. Get these highlights of the red in here. Oh my gosh, this just makes me so happy. Really bright right here. And if you don't notice, I'm kind of doing the red highlight in the shape of flower petal. Just trying to get some swooping motions in there. That will make it look more flowery. Cool. Some more here. Oh, I'm so glad I mixed that UV reactive red in there. And it's funny too, because like somebody gets this painting, and then I can go to their house with a black light one day and be all, yo, check this out. Flowers, come alive. I should write, I love you, with a black light. UV reactive paint. Everyone needs to hear. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm so stoked with how these are turning out. Really? I'm like, I wasn't really seeing them as flowers. I was just looking into the little spots, you know, and getting lost in the spots. And now I'm really seeing them as flowers. It's interesting. I want to clean this like part up here, but I don't know what to do really. I'm thinking I just kind of be bold and do stuff. Worst case scenario, I paint over it. Rule number one. Just wanted to like take some of the edges off of this darkest green here. It doesn't seem, it just doesn't seem finished or something. So, I say this all the time in my art, but most of the time when I'm painting, all I'm doing is fixing things I don't like. It's not like I'm developing things I do like. I'm refining away the things that are like, what's going on there? I don't like that. It's kind of a funny opposite way of making art, but it makes it go quick. I don't really have the personality for like a 12-hour painting, so I try to do mine in 3 or 4. Okay, I think I fixed the thing I didn't like, which was just taking the edge off. But now I want to put a hard edge back in on some of that green yellow. I mean, yellow green. All right, what do we got here? We need, of course, we always need a filbert. Filberts save the world. Crafting filberts that are $1, you know, a 5-pack for $5, $1 each. Crafting filberts save the world for sure. I don't think I could paint without them. And round brushes are cool too. But you can do the whole thing with a filbert. You know what's so funny? Right after I said that, I was like, dang, I need a round brush. Hilarious. Hilarious life. There we go. There's that shape I wanted. And there's the shape. Yeah. What else? Down here. What else? What else? Oh, we're so close, huh? What do you think? I haven't looked at the comments once. Oh, I just want to get the painting done. I'm obsessed. Okay, come on. Couple strokes. Okay. This is cool. Okay, what else? Right, something right here. Very close, very close. Couple marks. It is vibrant. There was like one bright mark right here. Right here next to it. Another one right here. And then there's this like little swoosh thing right there. Oh, I got it. Huh. And then right under this petal there is a bright mark. Right here. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is there's a tiny little dot. Okay, I need the round brush. I'm sorry I said bad things about you, round brush. Please be my best friend again. Okay, right here at the very bottom. Boop, boop. Right at the very bottom of the stem. There is like a toes hit of heart of right. Right. Pretty good. Pretty close. I'm going to put my brush down. But I'm not going to stop yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a sip of this caffeine. I'm not stopping my live. I'm going to look away. Can you see me? Imagine me looking away. And then I'm going to cover the reference image and I'm going to look at the painting. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. That kind of looks like tulips. Oh, there is just literally one other thing I want to do. Oh, I'm so stoked on this painting. I really have been drawn to more weird stuff lately, but this, doing all these flowers and like learning this kind of style of painting is hopefully gonna make my weird art more interesting, right? Or it's gonna ruin it and I won't know who I am for months. I'll cry in fetal position. Just kidding, I won't stop making art. Alright, I got some of my favorite little marks in here. This makes me so happy. And then just this faint. What? This feels like a flower painting. I'm like, what? This is pretty cool. I might be missing some important parts of the background, but I wanted to get a couple little points in there. I can always add little dots of things in places just to make it a little dirtier looking. And dry brush the edges away. Water, color, there's lots of things I could do. But what I really want to do is put my brush away and say, all right, here we go. Check this out. See if I can line them up perfectly. Okay, here's the original image. The color's a little bit more yellowish in real life. And here's my painting. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I did it. And I recorded the entire thing from the very first sketch. And I got permission from the photographer to give you the photos. So this is my first ever paint along thing. You're actually watching the end. I'm going to edit the whole thing into a show and then repost it. So thanks for watching and subscribing and pressing play on all my content every time you go in the shower. Okay. Thank you for watching me paint. It was so fun. Bye.